Hi, welcome back to my site, and thanks so much for checking it out. So, actually, I'm pretty excited about doing this video because I'm doing this video actually in response to one of the first comments I've gotten on the site, and it's always it's kind of nice to know that someone other than people I know are actually using this and getting some use out of this. So this is actually this video is actually I'm making it to respond to a comment I got from a YouTube user Rhythm515, and actually let me pull up the comment really quick. So this is kind of the first comment I've gotten so far, and hopefully you can see this. I'll actually make this there. Make it a little bit bigger. So, and I'm putting this video in the playlist directly after the example he's talking about. And his question is, in the 2/4 example, should not the second note of your first measure be tied to a quarter rest and not a quarter note? If not, why? Sincerely, a new subscriber. So anyway, first off, I'd like to thank Rhythm515 for the question, and also say that if you have any questions like this, please leave a comment. Please email me at c.mark.halberstadt@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to respond and do what I'm doing now, which is adding to the playlist to kind of answer questions that people have, because I think that would really be the best way to kind of turn this into a really good music resource, is to kind of add. As people have questions, I'll add more videos to clarify things. Or if, people are posting comments and saying, if a whole bunch of people are really not understanding some concept, I'll take, videos out of the playlist and redo them so that they're a bit more easy to understand. But anyway, so Rhythm 515's question has to do, well, in the 2/4 example, with these two measures. And specifically, he's asking about this note right here, about this quarter note. So he's asking, shouldn't this, and I'm going to rewrite this down here. So pretty much what, or he or she, I guess, I don't know, but anyway, what Rhythm 515 is asking is, shouldn't this measure, or shouldn't, or what I think that Rhythm 515 is asking, and if I'm misunderstanding this, please hopefully they'll watch it and respond again, and if I'm misunderstanding the question, hopefully they'll respond again, and I'll post another response. But I believe that what they're asking is, should this tie? So up here, I've got this note tied over to a quarter note. And what they're asking is, shouldn't this be tied over to a quarter rest? Like that. So I think that's what the question was, is shouldn't these first two measures of the 2/4 example look like this down here, instead of like this up here? And I'm actually going to... First off, I guess the real way to respond is about the real way, and I forget if I've said this yet in this playlist yet or not. But when we're doing these translation exercises, we've been working for a while in this playlist now with this green arrow analysis, and I'm actually just going to write this down right now in our 4/4 example. So we've been working with our green arrow analysis. I'm not going to put in the beat analysis. I'm just going to do the arrows, where we'll have downbeat on beat 1, downbeat beat 2, hold through beat 3, downbeat beat 4, downbeat beat 1, hold all the way to beat 4, nothing on beat 1, downbeat here, and downbeat here. Okay, so that's really quick, the green arrow analysis. And the point is, when we're doing these translation exercises, the point is that we put something into we'll be putting something into a brand new time signature. So we take this original example, this example was in 4/4 time, and we're taking it and we're putting it in 2/4 time, but it sounds exactly the same. Okay, so that's the point of these, is that we take something that's in a time signature and then we put it into a new time signature, and it's supposed to sound exactly the same. And so what that really means is that this green arrow analysis that we've got, where we've got downbeats and holds and stuff like that, this green arrow analysis has to stay the same. Okay? So let's just put this in under this example. So we've got downbeat right there, downbeat, and we hold through. Okay? So we keep playing right there. Then we have another downbeat. And since this is the kind of the two measures in question, I'll stop there for right now. But as you can see, our arrow analysis is the same between both of these. Okay, so I'm not putting in the beat analysis just because I don't really have a ton of space for it. But hopefully, I think you get the point that the arrow analysis is really going to stay the same between these two, even though we're dealing with a new time signature. So now let's look down here at this new example that's in 2/4 time, where we've actually got a quarter note tied into a quarter rest. And I guess the first question I want to ask about this is, well, what would be the difference? Let me start by saying it this way, and I'm going to pose this over here. What is the difference in how you would play? And I know I'm doing this in green, but hopefully that's not confusing you too much. But what is the difference between these two examples? So this one down here I've got in green, and this one over here in white. So my question right now is, what is the difference between these two examples? Are these the same thing? Or even better yet, another question is, does one of these exist, or does one of these not? Or is one of these kind of a correct way of writing, and one not? And because what this really comes down to is, if you have this tie right here, if we tie this into a rest, how is that? What's that really telling you? Is that telling you anything more about how you should be playing this quarter note? Are you going to hold this quarter note for longer? Well, not really. You're still going to hold this quarter note for your full value. You're still only going to have a downbeat and a downbeat there, but you're not going to have this green hold arrow here because you're resting, okay? And then, the last note in this is going to still be a downbeat. And then what's this example going to look like if we're going to do the same green arrow analysis? Well, it's going to look exactly like this, right? Because we just have downbeat, downbeat, and rest right there, and then downbeat at the end. So really, you would never do this. You would never tie a note like that into a rest, because it's really not telling you anything additional about how to play that, I guess. It's not, because you're still going to hold out this quarter note for one full beat value, and if you tie it into the rest, it doesn't really tell you anything. If you tie a note into a rest as opposed to a quarter note, it just means that you would play it the same way as if it were just a note without a tie. So I guess that's an answer to the question, or that is one answer to the question. And then the second, the first answer to the question of, would you tie this note into a quarter rest like that? And the first reason that I'm going to say you wouldn't is because you would never do that. So you would never tie a quarter note into a rest like this, because it really doesn't tell you anything new about how you would play it. And the second reason why you wouldn't do that is, remember that the goal of this is we have to have the same green arrow analysis of bum, ba, ba. Okay, we have to still have the same downbeat, hold, downbeat. Okay? And if we don't have this tie, if this note becomes a court arrest, we lose this hold over here. So anyway, I'm out of time on this video. Hopefully you found this informative, and please feel free to comment on it, and I will respond to your comments. So thank you, Rhythm 515, for the question, and please keep watching.